Here's my guitar rig. I have two Fender amps that I run in stereo. Here on the left I have a 1967 Fender Princeton Reverb. On the right I have a reissue Deluxe Reverb by Fender. I have several of those for backups. Great amps. Down here is my pedal board. Let me take you through this. If you'll see, tucked away underneath my tube screamers is a wireless unit by Sennheiser. From there I go into a line driver by Love Pedal, which boosts my signal so I don't have any signal loss running through all of this massive chain of effects. From there I go into this noise gate that noise gates can really suck the sound out of your guitar signal. So I use this very sparingly. So this is a really neat little pedal that Boss makes that has its own built-in effects loop. So your signal goes straight through it, or when it's turned on, you can run through the effects anything that you would like to put in a little loop. Well, I use two tube screamers turned on at the same time, and they can be very noisy. So this helps keep my noise down without sucking all of the sound out by running a constant noise gate. So that's a neat little trick that I actually picked up on YouTube. I saw a guy using this with just his overdrive units. I thought, wow, that's brilliant. So I went out and got one. It works great. So two tube screamers run in line. Let me show you how they're set. The first one, gain and volume are at unity with the tone at 10. The second one, the level is at unity, but my gain's at 3 o'clock. Tone stays at 10. From there I go to my vintage Vox wah pedal. After that I go to my modulation. I have like a roto vibe that I use the most here, but I have it set up with a chorus, with Leslie, and with the tremolo. But mainly the roto vibe I use for that kind of Hendrix sound. I only turn it on currently like one song, but it's really nice for that sound. And this is a great unit. Programmable, you can get a lot of sounds out of it. It's by Line 6. After this, I go into my Super Shifter, which is a harmonizer, and I have this set to 1/5 below. And I love this. I don't overuse it. I only use it a few times a night, but it really is a very distinct sound that you use a harmonizer. When you kick that on, it's definitely there. It's, you know, it stands out, and it's a really cool tool to pull in. From here I go to my wah pedal, which I use this, you know, kind of as a master volume, like when I'm tuning and whatnot. But I also use it to guitar swells, with in conjunction with delays. So I love using a volume pedal. It's a lot of fun. Very functional tool all the way around. From there I go into my delays. And again, I run in stereo, but this is where my stereo chain begins. I have my Line 6, and I have 3 different delays set up. The first one is kind of a medium delay that I use the most. It's at around 440 milliseconds. My long delay is around 920 seconds-ish. And then kind of a slap back. Not extreme, but pretty quick. I seldom use this as a looper. I have a looper. If I want to use it, I pull it out. So this is kind of my go-to delay. My regular delay for just kind of all-purpose, my longer delay for all-purpose. If I had just one delay, that would be it. But since I have a stereo rig and, you know, really enjoy having the ability to, you know, express anything that I'm hearing, these 2 units here come in really handy. The first one, I go in mono, and this is where I have a stereo split for the first time. And I have this set up as a delay that is panning back and forth, hard left, hard right. From here, stereo out into stereo in. This boss pedal is 4 delays that are programmable at once. And I have this set up for different extremes in ping-ponging, you know, that hard left, hard right, for that real kind of psychedelic sound. So I have really 5 different variations of you know, kind of delay candy that I can use. So I experiment with these constantly. I've got a couple that are settings that I use a lot. But, you know, I experiment outside of the box and kind of, you know, go way out there and come back and go way out there and come back. You know, it's something that you do not, or at least I don't want to overuse. And it would be very easy to overuse. A great way to end a few songs each set. Really leaves a song kind of, you know, leaves the audience with this, is it over? You know, I don't know, it's cool. Now, I have a guitar tuner right here that's, that runs out of my tuner out on my volume pedal. So it's not sucking any signal that doesn't need to be tapped into. Underneath my delays up here, you can see like a light down there. I've got a couple of Voodoo Labs pedal powers. They're, I think it's the Pedal Power 2. They've got the sag control on 2 of the 9-volt units, and one of which I use on my wah. What that does is it allows you to attenuate the power going to the wah, or whatever effect that you want to use it on. I find it to be really nice to cut the voltage back about 20%. That makes that, I think it sweetens up the wah sound just a little bit. So, you know, it may or not do anything, but to me, I think it sweetens it up. And so that's fun to play with, kind of get dialed in. So that's my guitar rig. Now, you'll notice that there is an empty beer bottle here. I don't drink, and I play slide with the beer bottle. So that's my beer bottle of choice, and I carry that around with me everywhere I go. So there you go. My guitar rig. Now, let's look at some guitars. Here is my black Fender. I had this neck specially made. It's to the specs of my old 65 Strat. Feels just like it. It's beautiful. The guy that did it did a tremendous job. Roy Bowen, Winchester, Kentucky. He's RS Guitars. He's great. But this originally was a Sunburst Fender 1962 reissue. So when I had the neck made for it, I had Roy paint the body black, because I'd always wanted a black guitar, and put a white pickguard on it, and there you have it. I have my old Fender Strat over here. This beautiful guitar that has definitely seen some wear and tear. 1965. And here's the back of it. There you go. And I have 4 springs in the back of all of my guitars. Here's my coffin case. I like this down here. Drink coffee, do stupid things faster. But I have lyrics thrown in here. This holds 3 guitars. This is my white Fender Strat that I also had made to the exact specs of my old guitar. But this is a maple neck, so it doesn't feel the exact same because it's a maple neck. But it has the same shape and hand curvature. It's really nice. So, there you have it. These are my other backup guitars that I use in the studio mainly. The Les Paul, the beautiful guitar built by Perry German. German Guitars, Germann. He's out of Elkhart, Indiana. Check him out. This is a beautiful guitar. I've got a whole thing on my YouTube page, just this guitar. And I've got Godin, an electric acoustic, and I have a Ovation classical cutaway electric. Then I've got an Ocean bass. It feels like a guitar neck. It's got a small neck. And then that's the gig bag for my little baby Taylor. So that is my rig. There we go. Got my trusty Hendrix poster that I found when I was 8 years old. And here's my studio. I've been recording some TrueFire videos, so this is where it all happens. My trusted coffee pot. Very, very important. Okay, thanks for watching.